So let's look at the next drill, exhibit drill 5, right? So here again, we start with scanning the base parameters. The x-axis tells us the share of total US fast food locations, right? And the y-axis is giving us the market share by revenue, right? So what this means is, if I take Subway as an example, Subway has 20% of the fast food locations, right, as a share, right, as a share of locations. Subway is around 20, close to 22%, right, 21%, let's say, right. But as a share of revenue, it is 15%, right. So which means, although store count does have a relationship with market share, but not every time, right? So the question is, should Burger Max prioritize increasing its store count to drive market share growth? Right. If I look at Burger Max, right, Burger Max has a very low share of US fast food locations, maybe around close to 3%, but they have close to 9% of market share, right, in terms of, I assume it's here, fast food market share, right? So Burger Max is being quite efficient, right? They have less fast food locations, but they have a sizable market share, like relative to Subway, which has 21% share of fast food locations, but has only 15% market share, right? Um, so therefore, apart from increasing store count, I think Burger Max will need to look at other potential options, right? Because I don't think they will be able to maintain the same level of efficiency, right? If they keep adding more store count, right? I think they are doing some other things, right, at scale and more effectively, which is allowing them to have 9% market share, right? So when you look at some other players, like for example, Taco Bell, right? Taco Bell has 6% of US fast food locations, so twice Burger Max, but it has half the market share, right? So likely it's possible that Burger Max has been very selective in where they open the fast food location, and because they have been very selective, right, their per store revenue seems to be very high, right? So unless they can continue this per store revenue, right, just by increasing store count, I don't think they will gain market share. We'll need to study further what is it about Burger Max that enables it to have such high revenue per location, right, and try to replicate some of it in the new locations that they open, right. So yeah, so the solution, I think that's these are the key things that we talk about, right? Burger Max has high market share, right, relative to share of locations, which is around 3% only, right? Other brands, right? We took one example, um, have lower market share, right? Suggesting that store count alone doesn't guarantee market share, right? So there must be other operational efficiency or some other lever that Burger Max is pulling or what Burger Max is leveraging, which is allowing it to have such a high revenue per store, right? And that's something that we should look to replicate in the new stores that we open, right? Just opening store count will not yield the required market share growth. Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next module.